Welcome to the Suburbs with Andy and Greg. I don't know how Gabe is with this, but when Jeffrey wants to curl up and go to sleep, our dog could sleep on the muffler of a running tractor if he wanted to. Like, start dreaming and like paws are flipping and he's barking in his sleep. But if he's going to his bed to sleep, he circles it like he's trying to screw in a spark plug. Do you know what I'm talking about? And so he's like circling. Nope, I need to back that off one time. Nope, that's not right either. Like there's some plan where you got to circle 3 times, look up, sit down, get up, circle the other way, and then he lays down and then he's fine.
Gabe will go to his bed and he'll start what we call digging to China.
Yeah, there is that too.
If I dig under this bed and get through the subfloor, get to the basement where there might be something under the cement, nope, nothing there.
No.
Time to go to sleep.
But he can lay on my legs and be fine.
Mm-hmm.
There is no circling. Just jump up, lay on my legs, then I'm awake. And then
Right. Once
I'm
asleep.
like, what time is it? What is on my, oh, it's Jeffrey. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's 3:30. Good.
This is a, 100-pound dog?
75.
Okay, good-sized dog. Gabe is 22-ish, and he's like a little furnace is what he is.
Uh-huh.
He's always laying on either up against my back or up against Jennifer's back or down at her legs where she's woefully uncomfortable.
Uh-huh.
And then if you wake him from a deep sleep, he becomes the Tasmanian devil.
Really?
So you got to be really careful, especially with his feet or legs. He's very sensitive about those.
Hadn't had his coffee yet?
He had not had his coffee or his first biscuit of the day.
So you said a furnace. You like it cold when you sleep?
Colder than what the dog throws off against me.
Melting lead?
Close to, yeah. I like covers and a blanket. Jennifer just has a blanket on top of the bed. Gabe's many times will then hijack that from her.
Really?
Or a pillow.
Like he pulls it out from under you. Wham!
What are you doing in my bed? I've got digging to do.
Yeah.
Out of my way.
I don't have that, thankful. It's just like him plopping on my legs. I can either go right back to sleep or my mind clicks on and starts thinking about the leaf under the bush in the side yard. I'm not kept awake by demons. It's always the stupid things.
Right. And then you can't shake them out of your mind. Then you got to get up and go get that leaf.
Yeah.
First, get a flashlight.
Right.
And then get the leaf and, back to sleep now.
No.
Or not.
Usually not for me. If I'm up for 5 minutes, I'm up.
Yeah, usually when I get up, I'm usually up before Jennifer, and I'll have a coffee in bed and watch something on TV, and then Gabe will usually sidle right up next to me, and he gets so close that he wants to almost push you out of the bed to get closer.
My dad, as I was going through his house, cleaning things out, he had sleep apnea, so he had a CPAP.
Oh, my.
There's a lot of equipment with that. And I didn't even want to open. It's like looking in someone's underwear drawer. You know what I mean? Okay, I know you wear it on your face. I don't need to look through all these boxes of CPAP things. I know that he would complain about it, and he wore one out. He talked about it dry rotting.
Oh, my.
So he had it for a long time. And so everybody's like, are you going to take that to a medical store? Are you going to donate that to Goodwill? I'm like, do you want to use somebody's CPAP? I was making the bed the other day, and I go, let's go get some new sheets. And Keely's like, oh, okay.
You know, you can wash those. Make a note.
I will note that. We're going to go shop for sheets and then have a dinner date.
Oh, my.
That's what happens when you've been married for 33 years. You end up like turning buying sheets into a date. In bed by 8.
Yeah, right. On the new sheets.
Yeah. I said, are these going to be Egyptian cotton? And she looked at me like, how do you even know about that? And I'm like, hey, I get the ancient history updates on my Facebook feed.
And we need to know the thread count.
Egyptian cotton would be, from keeping the pharaohs cool is important to me. Straight from Necropolis.
Good enough for King Tut, good enough for you.
That's right.
I dub thee Your Highness.
I'll wear one of those little gold headbands with an asp on it.
Watch your mouth.
I know.
This is a family program.
Beep that. But the whole question is, are we going to Target or where are we going?
So many choices. I mean, they're everywhere.
They are, or they're online.
Sure.
But you can't have dinner out if you buy the sheets online.
Let you do Grubhub.
I guess.
Dinner in. Go to Amazon, buy some sheets, and order some food and have it delivered.
I'd like a wedge salad from Sullivan's.
In bed by 8.
Yeah, there you go. Do you have nightmares?
There are some reoccurring dreams that I do have. I wouldn't say I have many nightmares. I've had some, but there have been some times where I have forced myself awake because I just want this to stop.
Oh, so kind of lucid.
Yeah. So many of my reoccurring dreams are all related to technology, either mixing in the studio, mixing the band. Many reoccurring dreams are about church, and typically these dreams are always about something not going well or something failing. One of the reoccurring dreams is being at the radio station, because I spent 6 years in radio, sitting down at a console that you're not familiar with. You're on the air. You don't know where the music is. You don't know how to run the console. You don't know anything about anything, but, it's like the song's ending, time for another song. What do I say? Things like that.
You push a button, an atomic bomb explodes.
Oops, wrong button.
Right.
Similarly with church, all sorts of just bizarro failures or things happening that I have no control over, that it's like, okay, make this stop.
Do you have anybody like over your shoulder, or is it just all internal pressure?
It's internal pressure. It's just something happening around me that's bizarre and out of this world, but yet it's trying to solve the problem. Hooking things up that needs to be hooked up that I don't know where it came from or where it goes or what it is, but service time is starting soon.
And you got to hook it up.
You figure it out.
So I've got this one where I realize I'm in college and tomorrow is the final, and I did not study. I didn't even go to class, but somehow I know that tomorrow is the final. So I've got to go take the test. That's important. Going to the class apparently wasn't, but I've got to take this class, and I'm running to take the test.
Are you running in quicksand?
No, I'm actually making headway, and then I realize my shoes are untied, and I stop to tie my shoes, and my fingers don't work. I get totally sidetracked on the lace tying. I did pass that class.
2 bunny ears,
I don't do the bunny ears.
Oh.
I don't do that one.
I see your laces. They look good.
Yeah, well, thanks. I didn't do the bunny ears.
Does Keely do those for you?
No.
Honey, tie my shoes.
My mom does them. Straight from the grave.
That's right. I'll be right back.
Yeah, right. Have you risen? I need laces tied.
Oh, mother.
The actual tying of the laces never reveals itself to me. I just end up in class with no clothes on.
Great.
I don't know how I lost my clothes between my house and the classroom. I must have taken them off to tie my shoes.
It's a new process.
Yeah, the shirt was in the way. I don't know.
Forget the bunny ears.
Why am I wearing underwear? I'm just taking a test. Off with the underwear.
Jennifer has these exotic, horrific nightmares on a semi-regular basis, and she'll wake up and start Googling, what does this mean? It's so out there. It's like how your mind can create these fictional fantasies that are not tied to any reality.
Right.
Hers are somewhat terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what does that mean?
I found this out in my dream. If you're running, but you're not running fast enough, if you swing your arms like you're swimming freestyle, you go faster.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good to know.
You go faster, and if you can go fast enough, you begin to fly. You're fast enough. It's like the eagle taking off from the water, and you're up, and then you're cruising above, and it's all good. The problem with me isn't being able to run or being able to fly. The problem is I get shot at all the time. Jennifer and I, with the nightmares, it's all the time. And it started out when I was a kid. It was the Germans coming over, and there's a war, and the war is in the U.S., in my neighborhood, and there are all these soldiers trying to kill me. I've got a gun too, but there's 50 of them and one of me.
Uh-oh.
And they're shooting me. I'm shot regularly in dreams, gonna die. There was one time where I had a dream that I knew I was gonna die, and they put you on one of those hospital gurneys, and Keely and the girls were with me, and they knew that I was gonna die. And they wheel you into a room where you wait to die. I got a lot of things to do still.
I got a leaf out back that I left. That's a problem.
Just pecking at the window.
They say, not that I'm a dream expert at all, but I've heard them say if you die in your dream, you really die.
Yeah, I heard that too.
But I don't know. I can't prove that either way.
I guess you can't.
I'm still here, so.
The other day we were talking and you sent me a text with a picture of restless leg medicine.
I did.
So you've got restless leg.
I do have reoccurring bouts of restless leg. Yes, the Jimmy leg.
Where did that come from? I've heard that before.
Seinfeld.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, is that a Kramer thing?
It's George's dad talking about someone having the Jimmy leg.
Oh, okay. Is the reason that you've got the medicine because Jennifer said,
We got to do something about this.
yeah.
So I've got these pills. Took one, and it was like a Quaalude.
Oh, really?
It was so strong.
Really?
So then I tried halves, and now I'm on quarters.
So you've got a pill cutter?
I do.
What's his name?
Bob.
He's cutting it with baby laxative.
He is. And a pocket knife.
I gotcha. Yeah, rusty one.
Rusty pocket knife.
Used to skin coon with it. Yeah, Keely's got that too.
But it's not every night, and it comes and goes.
Here's the weird part of that. She's going to wake you up. It's not you waking up going, oh, I'm kicking her.
Right.
It's always the one that's the victim.
The one that's being agitated by the other, yes.
She wakes you up, and then you take the Quaalude.
No, it doesn't work that way. Like, let me pop my pill.
I feel like tonight I'm going to kick her to Chicago.
Better take a pill.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure Keely being a nurse.
Don't ever, ever, ever call her a nurse.
Uh-oh. She's not a nurse.
Them's fighting words. PA.
Keely, she's a PA.
Don't ever call her a nurse.
No, we don't want that. Of course she's not a nurse. That was stupid. How rude. It's like when Jennifer met me and I told her I was an engineer and she thought she hit the mother lode. Sound engineer? Well, that's nothing.
That must have been date number 2. Well, that's nothing.
For the first night.
When she's comfortable with you.
Yeah. Oh, an engineer. Oh, wow. Cha-ching. Architect would have been sexier than sound engineer.
Art Vandalay.
Art Vandalay. So she probably has researched this phenomenon of restless leg, I would assume.
Only because she kicks me at night.
Right. But I mean, I think she would want to know what and why. And does she have any sage advice?
No, not really.
Brown acid?
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Stay away from the brown acid.
Yeah. No, she doesn't know. You would have to be a researcher researching sleep disorders to know that.
They have some over-the-counter creams that you can put on your legs, which don't work.
Is that what that's? I've been using that wrong.
Middle leg. I'll be right back. I have a restless leg. I've got a handle, so to speak. A restless twig syndrome.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Gosh, I'm taking those patches back. Back when they first started advertising pharmaceutical drugs on TV, restless leg drugs were one of the ones that they were talking about. And you know how they always give
horrible side effects.
It's like every one of those is going to kill you or you're going to end up with like bloody stool.
Near-death experience.
Yes. It's like every nightmare I've ever had is a side effect of these things. But with this restless leg, it's hypersexuality, gambling addiction, or sleepwalk and spend a bunch of money.
It's interesting because just the other night I was on Amazon and I bought a roulette table.
Oh, did you? Okay.
So maybe.
But you didn't kick Jennifer.
Well, no, I was up buying that roulette table on Amazon.
Yeah, right.
And I took a pill that night, too.
I want the hypersexuality.
Well, you bought some of those for $19.
I want the mindset.
Get you one of my pills. You can try it. After you leave, of course.
I don't want to be the one taking it. I want her to be the one taking it.
Oh, does she take medicine for her restless
No,
leg?
she doesn't. That's why I keep getting kicked. At least that's what she says.
I could think of a lot of reasons you should be kicked, so.
I thank you. I appreciate that.
It all sort of makes sense. There's no restless leg syndrome. She's just sick and tired of your shit. Quit talking to strangers.
Oh, my God.
Kick.
Get rid of your sister. Kick.
Go get that leaf out back. Kick.
So we had our driveway torn out on Thursday.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Jeffrey was just freaking out. They had a bobcat with a jackhammer mounted to it, and they're just taking it out.
I hope they don't put one back in because that'll be even noisier.
They came at the end of the day, and they had the substrate down, and they compacted it, so they're ready for pouring. Mm-hmm. And I said, so I guess I'll see you tomorrow then. And he goes, because of all the rain that we've had, we're behind.
Here we go.
So we're actually not pouring tomorrow.
If I had a dime for every time a vendor told me that,
You can't pour concrete in the road. Well, you can, but I don't want them to.
Or fertilizer. I've been hearing for a month that it'll be next week.
Oh, on the fertilizer?
Yeah.
So I said, okay, Monday. And he's like, well, we're closed for Monday. And I go, is there a holiday that I'm not aware of? He said,
Eclipse.
The eclipse.
Listen, motherfucker.
Wait a minute. And he said, yeah, the traffic that we're supposed to get because we're directly in the path of the eclipse. Really, the neighborhoods are going to be, I mean, I don't live on 465. And I know they got to get to my house, but we do have Google Maps and Waze and there is a way to get to my house.
And if it gets dark, they have headlights. It's too dark.
Yeah, right.
We were heading your way. They got too dark.
The crickets are so loud, we can't do this.
That's right.
So we've had the caution tape.
Oh, crime scene tape.
Yes, but the staff is Hispanic, so it's Hispanic caution tape. It is what it is. I know what it means.
Los caution.
It doesn't have to be English. It was just funny to me that I thought, wait a minute, this is Spanish.
It's not bilingual tape. It doesn't have English and Spanish.
The dog had no idea what to do.
Because he couldn't read it.
Right. 5 days of hole where the driveway is, and then 10 days of can't park on the new concrete. So people are already over us parking on the street. We've been flagged.
Really?
Yeah.
By the police?
Yeah. Tagged for towing.
That's just ridiculous.
That happened once before.
So did you just rip the tag off?
Yeah. They were actually backing a tow truck up to one of our cars. We had bought a new car and we were going to sell the other one rather than trade it in. I'm watching a tow truck backing up to take my car. And I went out and I go, you got the wrong car. And I was like, no, we don't. And I said, yeah, you do. I didn't order a tow truck. And he goes, no, this is being towed. And I said, for what? It sat here too long. I said, it's like a week.
That's too long.
He said, that's too long. And I said, so if I park it in my yard, is it okay? And he goes, yeah. So I parked it in my yard. If I had 4 cinder blocks, this motherfucker would be on cinder blocks right now. Just to spite you. I don't know which neighbor it was that turned me in.
I'm going to go and bring my washing machine on the porch as well.
My toilet is about to be a planter.
To be part of the ensemble.
Yeah, that was it.
Now it started again with more complaints?
Yeah.
I mean, who would complain about you? You're such an easygoing guy. The head of the crime watch?
That's Marie.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I'm the president of the association at the lake.
Oh, I knew you were El Presidente of something.
All 10 cottages under my rule.
Let them eat cake.
Turned out it was cornbread, but that's okay.
Or donuts. I know you've been busy closing up your dad's estate, but you were telling me the other day on the phone about something funny that happened at your mom's house the last time you were up there with her.
The very first morning of being there the last time, I told you we have that baby monitor the kids call the granny cam. And I slept through Mom prowling at night. Actually, that was the last day, and I promise it's not related to this, that she walked around the house because I tied her legs together.
Put a bell around her neck.
Like the cat.
Cowbell.
Yeah. Fluffy. I get up. Jeffrey and I, our thing at Mom's is he tells me it's time to get up. I put the leash on him so that we don't have a cat episode because I sleep upstairs. We crawl under the baby gate at the bottom of the stairs.
Stealth-like.
It makes that sound.
Is that like doing a limbo?
Yes.
Okay.
I can't tell you how many times I limbo a day. I'm limber from the limbo. And so he's still on the leash, and then we go into the family room, and the lights are all on. And I'm like, okay, this isn't going to be good. So we go into the kitchen, and you know those colanders that are screen material?
A strainer.
A strainer.
Yeah.
So it's sitting on the counter with a bite of donut in it. There is juice all over the counter with a fillet knife out. So I open up the trash, and she has just stabbed a tangerine to death trying to peel it with a fillet knife. There's a Depend packed into the fluffy footy sitting on the counter.
Like a crime scene you're walking into.
Yeah, it's like the game of Clue.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Who's been up?
Right.
While I've been asleep.
Yeah. That's a pretty short list. Hi, this is Andy. If you enjoyed listening to our podcast, please be sure to subscribe and share. Remember, laughter is contagious. Help us spread it by telling a friend.